Hi, I'm Justin Pritchard with another justinpritchard.ca used ride buyer's guide, which I will start this time with the question, why do you buy a Volkswagen Jetta? Well, according to many owners, the answer is fairly simple. It seems that Jetta is often perceived to be the upscale premium alternative in the compact economy sedan segment. Owners typically rave about a quiet, comfortable ride, well-sorted driving manners, a little bit more luxurious interior, and a little bit more exterior styling. There's also the element of quality. Many owners say the Jetta just feels solid, and Volkswagen does a good job of making the car feel kind of dense and substantial and just that little bit more premium than its price tag leads on, and they sell a lot of cars for it. Selection has also made the Jetta fairly popular as a used ride buy. You can get a manual transmission, an automatic transmission, a DSG direct shift gearbox, dual clutch transmission in higher performance models. There's also a huge selection of gas and diesel engines available. There's a 2-liter 4-cylinder on your earlier, more basic models from this generation, a 2.5-liter 5-cylinder, that'll be very common in the used car marketplace, a turbocharged 2-liter gas 4-cylinder engine called the 2.0T, that's in your higher performing Jetta models like the GLI. There's also the 2-liter TDI turbo diesel engine if that's your thing. Oh, and note that newer used models from this generation will also have a new 1.4 or 1.8 liter TSI turbo 4-cylinder engine with an eye for fuel efficiency. So with all that selection, finding a used Jetta that perfectly matches your needs and your tastes and your budget and your lifestyle shouldn't prove to be a problem. So let's kick it over to your test drive to-do list, where we'll look at some handy tips and advice to help you shop smart for a first-class copy of a second-hand Jetta. Oh, and as always, I'll put a link to the printable version of this test drive to-do list in the description below, where you can download a copy, print it out, bring it with you if you're out test driving Jetta models in your used shopping process, or share it around with any friends and family who might be doing the same. Alright, so step number 1, confirm the maintenance. Now that's a good idea on any used car, but particularly with the Jetta, where it seems like there's a fair number of commonly reported problems that are actually caused by owners failing to maintain the vehicle properly. What you want to do is look for a model available with full service records to make sure that the owner or previous owners were fond of following that maintenance schedule that's outlined in the back of the owner's manual. Number 2, confirm that the seller and all previous owners of the Jetta that you're considering were doing up-to-date, on-time, high-quality oil changes. Again, a good idea on any used car, but particularly on the Jetta with the 2.0T or the TDI engine, both of which are turbocharged. Now, a turbocharger is a part that should last the life of the vehicle, but keeping on top of oil changes is really key to their long-term durability. Number 3, check the fuel system on the Jetta TDI if that's the model that you're set on. Some owners, not most owners, maybe not even many of them, but some have reported fuel leaks from the fuel system, particularly around the sending unit, the fuel pump, the high pressure lift pump, and possibly even the fuel lines themselves. You just want to have a Volkswagen mechanic or a mechanic at a private shop check the vehicle's fuel system over to make sure that nothing's leaking. Number 4, and this is kind of a big one, it particularly applies if you're looking at a Jetta with a 2.0T turbocharged performance gas engine, and that is the issue of valve gunk. I'll put a link in the description below to some more reading on dirty valves and valve gunk and direct injection. It's really interesting stuff, but the key takeaway here is that because this 2-liter turbo engine is direct injected and because of its design, it's prone to having excessive amounts of deposits build up on its intake valves, and that can cause problems with emissions and performance and fuel efficiency and even make your engine stall. And the tricky thing is there's no visual inspection for valve gunk. You would have to dismantle part of the engine in order to be able to see it. But there are 2 key signs that the engine in the Jetta 2.0T or GLI that you're considering might have valve gunk issues. Warning sign number 1, sporadic performance. That ranges anything from kind of a rough and unsteady idle to performance that sort of surges and comes on sporadically when you give it some throttle. And number 2, and the bigger one, is a misfire code. Now, a misfired code will be stored away inside of the engine computer or ECU. You're going to want to have a mechanic or a technician plug their OBD reader into there, read it, and see if there's a misfired code stored. And remember that that may or may not cause a check engine light to go on. So translation, if you see a check engine light or if you don't, have that Jetta 2.0T or Jetta GLI scanned for evidence of a misfire code, and then you'll need to investigate further. Number 5, the transmission, the automatic transmission, particularly the DSG direct shift gearbox dual clutch transmission. You're going to want to pay close attention to these. Reason being, some owners, and again, not many of them, but some have reported issues that may embody themselves as rough shifting, clumsiness, slippage from the gearbox, or other unwelcome noises or sensations during their operation. Now, typically these are going to be electronic or sensor related in nature. The thing is though, these could also indicate a mechanical problem inside the transmission that is a much bigger deal. So end of the day, if you're driving an automatic or DSG equipped Jetta, you want to make sure that it's shifting flawlessly, and if you notice any issues, get it to a mechanic and have it looked at. Number 6, this one's easy. Take a look at the wheels, the alloy wheels. If the Jetta that you're considering has them fitted, you want to be on the lookout for signs of excessive corrosion, damage, or wear to the finish, chipping, bubbling, cracking, peeling, all that kind of stuff. Many owners have actually reported very poor durability from the finish on their alloy wheels, and note that Volkswagen does have a rust and corrosion warranty, so if you notice any premature wear on the wheels, you might be lucky and get a free set to replace them. All right, number 7, check the sunroof. If the Jetta that you're considering has a sunroof, you're going to want to open and close it several times over the course of your test drive, fully all the way open and shut. Do it over and over again. Make sure that it's smooth, that it's consistent, that it works properly, and you're listening for a kind of a metallic or plastic grinding noise as the roof is going through its paces. If you detect that, it's probably a clip that's broken off and gotten stuck inside of the tracks. Problem is, many owners hear that noise, they don't do anything about it, that little clip stays in there, it makes life harder on that poor sunroof motor that's opening and closing that piece of glass, it wears that out, and then all of a sudden you've got an even more expensive repair bill. All right, so number 8, the windshield wipers. And this is kind of funny, because does anyone really test the windshield wipers when they're test driving a used car? Because if it's not raining, why would you turn them on, right? Well, you should if you're test driving a used Jetta. Some owners have reported non-functional wipers typically caused either by bad wiring or a bad batch of wiper motors. So if the wipers on the used Jetta that you're considering aren't working, you're going to want to know about it before you buy it. All right, number 9, recalls. Jetta had a whole bunch of these. And so with the VIN number of the Jetta that you're looking at, or the Jetta that you buy, call the dealer, have them run it through the computer, and they'll be able to tell you by looking up the VIN number which, if any, recall campaigns are outstanding. And if they find any, you're going to want to make an appointment and get that recall work done again, because it will make your car safer. I will add one more point here. If you're buying a newer used Jetta with remaining factory warranty that's maybe running out, be absolutely certain to have your local dealer service department document any issues that you feel might eventually qualify for a warranty claim, because that might speed the process up and make it easier for you if you need one down the line. Well, thanks for watching. I do hope that you found that to be informative and useful. And as always, check out my website, www.justinpritchard.ca, for more printable test drive to-do lists, used ride buyer's guides, and other helpful tips, advice, and resources that'll make you a smarter used car shopper. We'll see you next time.